Oh, yeah. What's up, YouTube? Well, these people that have been ducking and dodging and trying to ruin my reputation and take my job, you know, same ones that took my kids. Then, somehow, the county got manipulated by a piece of shit female. Didn't listen to the kids. Their life was taken. Now, they're fighting tooth and nail, not to let the truth be known. They know what the truth is because they were the ones that lied about it, and they know they did. The details of this case, there's no way this was caused by an object in the road. The surveillance video that they have shows that that is not what happened at all. They will not release it because it's the one piece of evidence that'll prove everything. And yes, the ones responsible for not listening and screwing up the whole situation are the ones in possession of said evidence. How they got these people to do this, I'll tell you. Tiffany has friends that went to school that have become sheriffs. Pier 1 Restaurant, she's friends with a girl, which is another heroin addict freaking pill popper. Her family is friends with the sheriffs. My stepdad was manipulated by my nephew. His whole family is sheriffs, state troopers, and the court system. Right. My stepdad is against me because of my nephew, another heroin addict, pill popper. Imagine that. Oh, yeah, that is his golden boy. He can't do no wrong. My stepdad, oh, yeah, Mr. Run around acting like he's Mr. Prim and Proper. He used to. He doesn't really now. He tries to act like he's bad grandpa. Yeah, John, my other nephew, got him doing acting like that. What has come to my attention is that my stepfather and his grandson are both sociopathic from being spoiled and not being made to face their accountability. So, yeah, naturally, they grow up thinking they can do whatever they want. They can trick people, they can rob people, they can kill people, and just lie about it. Well, my nephew, everywhere he has went, somebody has lost their life in strange circumstances. Now, this kid was deemed a possible serial killer at 6 years old. You think his family did anything to get him help? No, because they didn't believe it. But here he is. Another common denominator in a lot of people's demise. A lot of these people are his family and that he's seen to benefit from if something happened to them. The little bullshit fight that he constructed in between me and John Ralph, that was another way of manipulating his family. This is the same thing he used to do with his great grandparents when they were still here. He would do all kinds of bad shit and then he would run behind them. And they would protect him no matter what he did. He could have burnt down half the town. They would have protected him as best they can, of course. The only reason why he went to jail for robbing his friends, well, his family's friends, they were neighbors, was because the friend decided to press charges and it actually got to the right people. Because not everybody in the court system is my family, but they do know how to manipulate who they work with. Sometimes it doesn't always work, especially in this type of situation. He broke into somebody's house with a shotgun and robbed their house. He got caught and walked out of the house by the other person that was there, which was the owner of the house. Then that friend doesn't press charges. He goes and does it again. This time he uses a bobcat and fills up the bucket and then drives it right back to the house, passes out in the house with all the stuff still in the bobcat bucket. I mean, literally, left the trail right to him. There's no way he's getting out of that. Before and after, well, before he was caught stealing stuff from me. And yeah, we had some words, and he tried to do the same thing, tried to bring his dad into it, tried to bring Pop into it. Yeah, all to protect him from what he just did. I was working on a furnace. He shows up out of the blue, and I pulled the blower out, and the blower's not working. And I called a friend to come get me because my van was down because of my ex. Yeah, I had to rebuild it again, and I was pissed. It's like the fifth fucking time she's blown it up. Yeah, she'll run it without oil. She'll run it without doing the maintenance and swear up and down. You know, she can do maintenance. She's fine. Don't touch it. She'll do it. But it never gets done. And it wasn't my vehicle, it was hers. And since she wanted to be so rude like that, I was like, whatever, go ahead. Like, I want to do extra maintenance to an ungrateful woman. No, but I would have to keep the vehicle running. But when she said that, I'm like, yeah, right. That you're gonna blow that damn thing up because that's what she's done. Anyway, I gave him the blower motor because he offered to take it up to Moses and trade it in for a new one because he will trade you for a new one that works, or he will give you $35 for it. Now, I gave my nephew $40 for doing it and asked him to bring me the other one back. Now, mind you, it's only 15 minutes down, 15-20 minute car ride down the road. Maybe 25, not far at all. To drive, to walk it is, it's a few miles. Um, so I'm waiting for him to come back. He never comes back. He just stole it. So yeah, naturally, I told him I was going to press charges. He gets all upset, running his mouth, threatens to shoot my kids, threatens to burn my house down. Right. But no, he's not no psychopathic, evil person. No. His family acts like he's just this innocent little boy that does nothing wrong. No matter what he does, he can do this shit right in front of them. They don't care. And a lot of them are catching an attitude because I'm mad at them for what they've done. Yeah, we're not playing that manipulation role. Going to sit there and escape accountability by acting like somebody else that is mad at you is the problem when you're the fucking problem. This right here, this little kitty manipulation, I didn't do it bullshit, is going to stop. 3 little children were tortured and lost their fucking life by these people. Not to mention Tony as well. That's 4 fucking lives just so they could get paid. I don't know what it is about that county, but your days of evil and doing that shit are over. I'm gonna have you investigated out your fucking ass, and I'm not gonna stop until it's taken down. I will devote the rest of my fucking life to making sure that these people get cleared the fuck out of there and that they get exactly what they deserve. You have fucked with the wrong kids and the wrong father. If I cannot get the law to do its job, because obviously there is people in law enforcement that will manipulate the system so their families and friends can get away with literally murder. Those days of that happening are coming to an end. This little feminist attack is also coming to an end. And I hope you know, feminist, I'm going to make sure that every fucking one of you is labeled as the terrorist you are. Yeah, every one of you little bitches that run your mouth about misogyny, all because you're out here doing evil shit. Sounds like the black people out here doing all kinds of crazy fucking shit. And then they get all pissed off when they get a bad name. Trying to act like they ain't doing it. It's all a misunderstanding. Bullshit. So you couldn't take my life, even though your crazy ass wanted to, all because I broke up with you. Even gave you a place to stay. That was a mistake. That left a fucking pissed off little demon in my life. It wasn't an understanding woman that she fucked up and it was her fault. Things were the way they were. Yes, us ending up in the financial situation that we were in was 100% her. Well, feminists, you can't sit here and wiggle your way into controlling bills and money and then run your mouth that it's not your fault when you're the only fucking one controlling the money. That would be you. When you have a man running a business working 100 to 120 hours a week, yeah. When you agree to running this business and being there to help, which is just enjoying the kids growing up, because he's going to miss every fucking bit of it. Yeah, don't care about that shit. Oh no, he doesn't want it. That's why he chose to go to work. No, the fuck it's not. I chose to go to work because I was a man and I was made to believe that if you don't work for this country, you're a piece of shit. If you have kids and you don't work, you're a piece of shit, which is exactly what they want you to believe. So you keep their hamster wheel running. There's plenty of families that live off grid the way you're supposed to. They don't do this shit. And this is why, right here. You don't play ball. You don't do things the way they want you to do them or cover their bullshit. All of a sudden, you're the monster. No, you're not. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a shit how powerful and mighty you all think you are. You're not. And if you think that I'm going to sit here and just let you keep doing it, I'm not. I told you I was going to spend the rest of my fucking life making sure you all got what you deserve, and I wasn't playing. So y'all think empty threats. Blah, blah, blah. I ain't empty threat nothing. This is a fucking warning, and you all should have known it was coming before you did what you did. You will lose your fucking job. Oh, yes, you will. We ain't playing this. Oh, I work for the state, therefore, after 3 years, I can do no wrong. No, we're not doing that. I don't know who the hell put that stipulation into state workers' jobs, but apparently, a lot of state workers, if they work there for 3 years, there's nothing they can be fired for. You want to bet? How about going to jail for murder? How about going to jail for being an accessory to murder? Yeah. Let's start giving you a background like you've been doing to other people just to keep your fucking dirt from being shown. How about we do that? Yeah, state's attorney's office that is friends with John Ralph's mother and that part of the family threatened me that if I told the judge what really happened, that they would make sure I would go to jail. Now, that was Payne. The other one with curly hair, not sure what his name is, he was trying to get John put in prison. John Ralph, yes. That's another drug addict that runs around thinking he's a gangster. You ain't no gangster. You are a spoiled little bitch, and you've been a spoiled little bitch since you were a little kid. Yeah, the Mustang, the Ford GT Probe, all decked out. You didn't pay for that shit. Your parents did. Yeah, completely different lifestyle. Yes, I had a stepdad that was a part of your family. Did he treat us like that? No. Did I ask him to treat us like that? No. I went out and did my own shit. Then here you fucking lazy motherfuckers come because you're jealous and you want to fuck with my life. Ain't my fault you fucking went down the tubes. It's yours. That doesn't go on my shoulders, motherfucker. That goes on yours. You pissed off because I actually did what a man is supposed to do, go to work, take care of the shit that he needs to take care of. Yeah, I did have a woman in my life that seen I was very good at that, and she made sure to fuck it up. Why? Because she ain't gonna get in trouble. It'll be me. Talk about throwing somebody under the bus. That's exactly what they did. They did their dirty shit when they got caught by me. All of a sudden, I'm in trouble for shit I didn't even do. I wasn't even around for it. And people are looking at me like I'm the one doing this. No. That would be that bitch over there, crying with her face in her hands. Yeah, that one. You think I'm gonna take up for you? I don't give a shit how much I love you. You doing shit like that? I'm not keeping your dirt a secret. Stop doing dirt. I wouldn't do it for my family. I wouldn't do it for my friends. I damn sure ain't doing it for my fiance that's cheating behind my back. You think I'm gonna keep that quiet? Oh, I'm fucking not. I'm out here trying to find a fucking woman that doesn't do that. And every fucking one of them does it. And they just lie their way out of it. This is exactly what we deal with. And why? Because your courts and your government pushes your women to do this shit. Yep, it's a way they can sit on their ass, have kids, look like a hero, and still get paid. Yeah, they will use the back of a man. Yes, they will. Well, nobody told you to go sleep. No, they didn't. You're right about that. But I'm tired of people having it in their head that I just seek these women out to have fornication with. No, once again, that was completely the opposite way around. I never went out and tried to date women just to have sex. Never in my life, ever. That was the furthest thing from my mind. Yeah, that's because I'm not a perverted fucking F boy like y'all are used to. And these cocky fucking dudes that run around with their silver tongues manipulating women all the time. Yeah. Uh huh. That's why you end up with a husband that cheats on you every day. Imagine that. I ended up with a fiance that cheated on me every day. Gee, looks like they're taking pages out of each other's books to try and get a easier life any way possible. And we all know these types of people. We deal with them at work, we deal with them throughout life. They're too lazy to do what they're supposed to do, and then they want to bitch at everybody else for just not accepting it and, doing the work for them, as in going around what they just fucked up or tricking you into fixing what they fucked up and making you believe that somehow it's your fault. Gee, I wonder where escaping accountability comes from. Being spoiled. I've never escaped accountability. I've owned up to things that I wasn't even quite clear if it was actually me or not. But I took the fall for it. Then when I found out later that, no, that wasn't fucking me, that was this. Yep, people already got the answer they wanted to hear. So they didn't give a fuck about the truth. Brian attempted situations to get me hurt while he was living here multiple times. He tried to steal my Cadillac converter. He tried to take my wheel off my van. I've had people in suspicious cars stopping by my house ever since Brian's been here. John Ralph got in trouble running from the cops, parked his truck on his uncle's property because my stepdad is his uncle. That's why he's my cousin, and Brian is my stepdad's grandson, which would make him my nephew. Yeah, he was dating a 15-year-old girl, lying to everybody, saying that she was 18. Then, when they found out that she wasn't, this man was almost 30 years old. Nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared. Nobody cared how he stalked this girl, destroyed her relationship so he could date her because she wouldn't mess with him. So that means she was actually most likely younger than that because this was going on for years before, well, about a year, a little over a year before she actually dated him. All I knew is she worked at Subway. And that's from his mouth. I didn't even know the girl. Not until he brought her here uh, about 2 years later. About. It was probably about a year and a half. And she lied, said she was 18, and they were dating for almost 2 years. And the first year that they were dating, her birthday came up, and she slipped out how old she was because she was old enough to get her license. And that's what she, was happy about. And she said it. And I said, "What?" And she quickly changed it to, "Oh, now I have enough money to get my license." Oh, really? I wonder if that's why you lied to her uncle and said you were 19, Brian. What, you don't think I've ran into him? Oh, yeah, I have. You should have seen his face when he found out you were 30 years old and not 19 dating his niece. Imagine that. Doing the same shit Willie does. Weren't you over there messing with Willie's fiance too? And all her friends? Yeah, you were. Talking sexual, talking about how fat they looked in their bathing suits, that they needed to lose weight. Uh huh. And you know what they did? They went on some type of fucking medication and lost all that weight real quick. Brian got inside their heads that quick. Yep. Why the fuck do you care what this fucking skinny fucking crackhead heroin addict says to you? That's what I want to know. These women are married or getting married. What the fuck do you care what this dude is saying to you? This is how impressionable women are. This is how males like this out there can fuck with their heads. And this is how they do it. Well, why don't you do it? Well, these women do the same thing to men. These ones that he was talking to. Yeah, they just use men. So why the hell am I going to give them the heads up that they're getting what they're giving out when they need to learn their lesson? Yes, they will. They'll act all nice and sweet. They'll act really good with kids and all this stuff. But behind the scenes, that's not what's doing it. There was a couple of them that was using a dude for his money, wrecking cars. Didn't even have a fucking license. But she's out there driving nice, fancy cars and all this other shit, wrecking them left and right. And it just this dude just keeps giving her money, giving her money, giving her money. Yeah, I guess that's how it looked with me giving Tiff money. That was a little different. I thought I had a teammate that was just, you know, having problems getting shit going right. And no, it wasn't that at all. She was deliberately fucking shit up. And the people I that run their mouth, I tell them she was diagnosed with BPD, had narcissistic tendencies, and manic episodes. Okay? This is exactly what doctors say that they will do. And this is how you match up what doctors say to reality to see if they're actually right or if they're just blowing smoke. And yeah, they had that right. They will deliberately destroy their own life and others just to get attention. That's all it's for. And people, well, that sounds great. No shit. That's why it's called a mental disability. They look normal until this shit starts happening. It is found mainly in women, just like narcissism is found mainly in women. So your odds of finding a good woman around all that shit is next to impossible. Yes, even my daughter is a narcissist. She is. I think it's because that's what she was raised around with her mother. And that this is exactly what people with BPD do. They will love bomb and act like you guys are the greatest just to get a kid out of you. Then they will use that kid to destroy your life. And that's exactly what we've been seeing out of women. This is what I mean. Everybody wants to play this, oh, I don't see nothing bullshit all of a sudden. The only reason why I have any type of a background is because of women like this. Yep, manipulating and getting their way. They start a fight, they lose by getting held down or, pushed away to where they can't do anything. The next thing they do is call a cop and say they were assaulted for no reason. Poor little them. No, we're not playing that game either. And cops will believe them because they want to show off that they protect women. You don't think cops are fuckboys too? Yes, they are. They're some of the biggest. A lot of them are the nerds from school that didn't get any attention from anybody. No, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying this is the thing that they chose to do to get back at the people that, did that to them. Because now all they got to do is wait for them to break the law. Now, any interaction that reminds them of that, or if they are charmed by the female, which they get charmed by females a lot. Yeah. Most women out there indulge in witchcraft, black magic manipulation, and they're very good at it. The thing they work off of, like I said, is the benefit of the doubt. If you give them the benefit of the doubt because you see something that looks really fucked up and it's pointing to them, and you believe their benefit of the doubt, which if you love that person and you're trying to believe that this, wasn't their fault, or, try to get to the end of it to see if it really was, because now she has you on, well, maybe it was an accident, or maybe it wasn't her. Right, making you second guess, right? Manipulation. Yeah. I know what I saw. I know what went down. But apparently, if a guy shares his story, he's automatically a liar. If a woman shares her story, she's automatically a truth teller. What the fuck? Here's that cherry picking they've been pushing for. Gee, I wonder why there's so many women working in business places now, and business sucks. Customer service sucks. Fucking the way they're running the business sucks. They're dirty, they're nasty, they're lazy. Right. Imagine that. Yeah, the same as these feminists. The same way they run their life. Fucking barely doing anything and just lie about everything else. Yeah, that's why. I wasn't out partying, doing drugs. I was out working, taking care of kids, trying to wrangle a stupid ass female. Yeah, some of the court dates I've missed. I'm, like I said, I'm working. And there's sometimes I need a reminder, hey, I understand you're going through a lot, but don't forget about this. I don't get that. Yes, it is deliberate. See, there's that benefit of a doubt again. Oh, well, I forgot. It's not my fault. It's not for me to remember. Well, damn. 90% of what our family needs and lives off of, I'm doing. Imagine that. Passing off all that work, just like I started with in this conversation. Escaping work because they're lazy. They want to pass it off onto somebody else any way they can. Then, if you get any type of credit for doing that from the community or somebody that's seen it, they get mad at you. It's not my fault you didn't do it. You should have done it. It wasn't that hard. Get off your fucking ass and do it. No, she was not depressed. No, she wasn't. She was telling me every day that I was the only one that made her feel right and better. I'm the only one that made her feel comfortable. And you could tell that by the fact that she started putting on weight. When women get comfortable, they put on weight. Yes, they do. You know why they're comfortable? Because they feel that they're going to be loved no matter how they are, as long as they ain't hurting anybody. As in, even if they do put on weight, even if they do, start to lose whatever they believe is their looks. Everybody knows this, and people act like I'm speaking like I come from Mars or something. It's fucking widely known. But how come when it happens in front of you all don't know how to look at it? You all go through it. I know you do. Well, I'm talking in majority, as in y'all. I know everybody doesn't really go through it, but not 80 to 90% of people on this planet go through that shit, and they can't understand. This woman has hated you since her ancestor messed up the Garden of Eden. Do you really think that she took responsibility for that in those conversations? I guarantee you she did not. She blamed it on Adam. I guarantee you they ended up apart. This is where all the other people come from. What if all the other evil people that the Bible doesn't speak of was brought on this planet because Eve wouldn't stop messing with the devil? Well, how do you know that? Gee, because that's exactly what happens when people indulge in evil things now. They act like they have anxiety about leaving it alone because they like it. Uh, Money, clear indication of that. A green inked piece of paper that somebody told you was currency and everybody accepted it. That is no different than me bringing you a monopoly bill and them saying, you know what, we're going to accept that as currency. And then there you go. It is no different. The people that print our money is not even our government. Nope. It's the Federal Reserve, which is a privately owned bank. They're not our government. They run our government, and they are evil. No wonder all this evil stuff is allowed to go down. Even the good book told you that bad would be good and good would be taken as bad. And look around. There are a lot of good people getting this delusional fucking way of thinking from the community because people want them to go down. Has anybody ever stopped to think, well, are these people that are pushing for these other people to go down, are they innocent? Of the doing what these other people are doing. A lot of people don't care. They're too lazy. Sounds good. They can make it stick. They make it stick. They don't care. They get to go home. They don't give a fuck. It's not their life on the fucking chopping block. They don't care. All they want is a conviction. They do not care what the truth is. They only care what they believe is right. Well, yeah, if they can make the papers and all that believe that they're knocking them dead for getting all these people in jail that should be in jail, even though these people are innocent, and the community is going to believe whatever the judge decides because you all do it now. Oh, if it's on paper, man, they did it, when there's a lot of shit on people's backgrounds that they did not do. And the courts work by burden of proof. You know, if you're the only person that is defending yourself even with a lawyer, and you're telling the truth, but you have 5 to 6 different people over here that all come together because they don't like you, you're going to jail for something you didn't do. Yeah, this is how the community can come together and make court cases do what they're supposed to do. But a lot of instances, the community gets manipulated. We've even seen it in a jury room, all because they don't want to be there. They don't give a shit about this person on trial. They will give a guilty verdict and make everybody else in the room agree to the same so they can go. Yeah, that's there's no factual truth behind that verdict. It's a bunch of lazy people. Well, this makes sense, that makes sense, send them. What? How is that getting to the bottom of a situation? It's not. That's what courts are supposed to be there for. They're supposed to get to the truth. They're not like that anymore. It's whoever has the most money or whoever can lie and manipulate the best is the one who's going to win. They don't even care about listening to the truth. They do not care. They care about their own image. That's it. They also believe that they own that courtroom, and they don't. You're elected into that seat. We pay for that seat. So everything about that seat is us. The reason why you're there is because you got voted in. People trusted you to have that position. For what reason? We don't know. It's also pretty funny that they didn't try all of this when we had real judges in there, ones that actually would get to the bottom of it. Yeah, they didn't go by what the state said. They didn't go by what, some government organization said to them. They got to the bottom of the truth, or at least tried to. And what would you have the state doing? Trying to give them the, you know, second guessing thing. They would. They would try to stipulate certain things just to make that judge be like, well, I better be safe, not sorry here. So he would make a ruling on that because these people made him believe something that he didn't see himself. It was nowhere near that. But in the realm of possibility, which can be anything, probability is the deal, not, you know, if it's possible, how possible is it that somebody's actually going to do it? Another thing that they don't get themselves educated on is mental illnesses. These courts don't know shit about mental illnesses like that until you get an expert brought in and they actually decide to listen to them. They can decide not to listen to them. If you have evidence that proves your innocence, it's up to the courts if you can show it. It should be fucking protocol. Any evidence you got, put it forward, and it should be accepted. They will deny it without even looking at it. Shouldn't they at least look at it first before they decide whether it's evidence or not? Right. Yeah, I think it's funny that drug addicts have more manipulation over the government than people that do what they're supposed to do. I don't get it. Why? Because they boost your economy? No, they don't. You just lie about the fucking economy anyway. Yes, you are. You're fucking lying. There's no way there's millions of people being born every day, adding to fucking spending, and the economy is so down. It's because you keep raising fucking prices because the dollar ain't worth shit. Which that's another manipulation tactic. Yeah, I'm telling you, they are lying about all that shit. They are making fucking more money than they've ever made, and it's because of these lies. Think about it. The percentage goes up, prices go up. What goes in their pocket? More money. All they're doing is stealing the money from the slaves, and they're making it seem legal because they control the law. That's how I know that Masons and Rothschilds have their nose in this situation. They're the only ones that have that type of pull. These little fucking county people that think that they are some type of god, they don't have that type of pull. That's why they get scared when you bring their bosses in. Well, if that was the case, how come their boss would do anything? Because they have to keep the illusion up that they're taking care of stuff. And if that is a small fish trying to act like a big fish, definitely has to be taken down because other people are going to notice. They're going to end up suing, winning, and taking money from the big guys. So this is a way to lessen the casualty. They don't give a shit about that little foot soldier that just tried to act like them. Not if they're being a beacon showing everything that the bigger ones are doing. Of course, they're going to step in and play fucking you know cordial. Oh no, we don't agree with that, and then they'll nail that person just to try and you know make a sign out of that person or a signal that we don't put up with this. That's a lie. Yes, they do. Once you get the community that knows what they did, a lot of people know for a fact what they did and that it was wrong. They can't really cover it because then that will show what they are about. So, yeah, they'll nail that person. They'll give them a light fucking sentence. Sometimes, if the community pushes hard enough, they'll give him a heavier sentence, but he'll end up finding a loophole and they'll say, well, there was nothing we can do. Yeah, right. There's a lot you could fucking do. And during COVID, they were holding people in jail for infinite amount of time, not even being convicted. No bail, no this, no that. But yeah, let's say you and your family member gets into an argument. They're drunk and they come to attack you and you know, hold them down, put a stop to the fight. They call the cops. In DV situations, they're arresting somebody. Somebody's getting arrested, and that's what it most likely happens. One or the other is getting arrested. And they just pick and choose. So now you get put in jail, no bail, no nothing like that, because it's considered violent, even though you weren't violent. All you did was counter somebody trying to attack you, which is God given right. But there's states out here that try to use that because they know people are going to fight and they want you both in trouble. But what seems to happen is the one that tried to put a stop to the fight without being violent is the one that is most likely in trouble. Well, yeah, wrestling with somebody is not violent. You're just trying to hold them so they can't do anything to you. It is no different than a police officer trying to arrest somebody. Now, they will use violence. Yeah, not in every situation are they, not using violence to arrest somebody. Sometimes they're being attacked and that person should be arrested. And no, they're not using what is considered violence. Violence is attacking someone when you have no real reason to. Defending yourself against a violent person is not considered that type of violence. I mean, if you want to be a smartass and say, well, it's all considered violent because you're getting into an altercation, you could blanket it like that, but that's not dissecting it correctly now, is it? Obviously, this fight started from somewhere. Obviously, somebody's the aggressor, somebody's the victim. Oh yeah, state troopers that I got in fights with over situations just like this in school. They're state troopers now. Some of them are sheriffs. I don't know if they hold a grudge. Seems like it. Well, maybe learn to fight better. That's all I can tell you. Or stop being a little spoiled little bitch. How about that? Yes, Joey. Yep, you're a piece of shit, spoiled little bitch. Yep, I'll tell you to your face. And you know I will. If you think I'm going to go around this county and just let people that you all like do whatever the fuck they want to me just because you like them, nope, not going to happen. Oh, yeah, they got people fucking running their mouth. The state's attorney doesn't even, yeah, because they know they can be fucking sued. That's why. They also are my family. Married in, of course. But that didn't make a difference. I've treated them like my family when I was a little kid, ever since they got together. I've always treated them like family. I've never acted like they weren't. Right. And they think, oh, well, that's because we have money. I didn't even know you had money. I didn't even care. People that do that stay around you and try and get things from you. I've never, ever done that to any of you. I've never asked you for a fucking thing. I've never bugged you with any of my problems. I've never came to you for nothing. These little fucking drug addicts that you're protecting have robbed you, your friends, your family, and you're still protecting them. Why? Because they're blood. Yeah, that makes good perfect sense. Fucking idiots. This is what I mean by the snooty, nose in the air people that think they're better than everybody else no matter what they do. Even if their family is committing murder, they're better than you. No, you're not. You could be the president of the United fucking States if you're letting your fucking country fucking go to shit. You are a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck what you did to make it there. That doesn't make you any type of fucking god or genius or hero. What are you going to do with your position? These motherfuckers are laughing at children that stated they knew their mother and Nana were doing this. This wasn't just one time talking about it. They talked about this for almost a year. Guess what? Me and Tiff were only split up for not even 2 years. So that would be 50% of the fucking time that they're with their mother before this happens. They're talking about how scared they are to be around their mother and the people that she has around them. I have it on multiple videos. I have also on video of them talking about a dangerous situation that their mother and Nana are planning to put them in to get me in trouble. And where do I sit? I'm in trouble for just trying to get justice for kids that lost their life. That doesn't strike a nerve with anybody? No, because I'm a man. That's why. It doesn't fit the feminist fucking schedule, okay? We can't have men looking like anything other than what we said they were. Yeah, this is how women take down good men right here. And you all are a part of it. I don't even give a fuck what they're doing to me. I care about what my kids said. And that's it. I don't give a fuck about all their little fucking bullshit. I don't give a shit. I give a shit about what happened to these kids. You all ran around kissing this woman's ass, which gave her the backing from the fucking community to get away with this shit. You all were turned into accomplices. And yes, every fucking one of you can get charges, and you will. Oh, I don't care how long it takes. I really don't. The more you guys mess with it, the longer it keeps it going because statute of limitation doesn't end because you're still fucking with it. It is murder. There is no statute of limitation. Not for murder. I have all the fucking shit I need. Y'all want to play skate the lines of the law and let me get away with fucking murder? Fine. Let's point out exactly what those laws actually say and how the fuck you went over them, and it is clear that you did. I can prove, and for some reason, these courts will not look back at past things for them. They will on me, but not them. Even though if they would look at the past things that they were fucking setting up, you can see the fucking setup from a gold digging bitch. How do you think I noticed it? After I broke up with them and started looking and remembering every fucking thing that gave her a step up to what she did. Everything. This is why she took my reputation. This is why they tried to make me look like they did. Because with me working and being a good father, the community sees that she's a liar. Now, if she can alienate me, mess with my job, and take it away, guess what that does? That makes people think otherwise. Even her being a passenger princess that she would beg for, literally, she never wanted to drive. She always wanted me to. She told people that I forced her into that passenger seat, that I would abuse her not to let her drive. And this is where people just believe that. Oh, well, we've heard that before, so that must be true. These types of men are assholes. So, yeah, must be true. Even though plenty of these people were around us. How come I never did that? Well, that's because people were around. Really? Well, there's plenty of people that, other people that were around for decades that have never seen that. So, what? And this is what I mean. I can't tell people what happened and me be believed like that, but women can. They can just state it. And all of a sudden, oh, let's go check it out. But if a man states it, they look at you like, yeah, right. And they don't have that, to look into it. Heather Cowden, if you think I've forgotten what you've done, I haven't. I don't care if you've got kids. What you did with your job, you will answer for. Try me, bitch. What's the matter? Still pissed off because you were told no? It ain't my fault you didn't pay attention. I guess you thought I was a fuckboy in middle school. I mean, gee, yeah. Well, that's absurd that she. No, it's not. Women hold grudges like that all the fucking time. Way more than a fucking man will. So don't even fucking sit there and try and paint that picture, because that's not true either. For the majority of people out there, no, it's not true. Y'all think the majority of people out there are good people, and the majority of people out there are not good people. This is why when they hear of a good person, it is so hard to believe that this is the person they were. Because the majority of people are terrible fucking people. Women and males. Yes. You forget you got a evil demonic spirit flowing through this fucking world. It has been flowing through this world since Eve decided to mess with the devil and create Cain. And this is the reason why you all don't have that wisdom, because you don't believe it. Even though it's in fucking history everywhere. Even our timeline that we use, BC and AD, before Christ and after death. What? Oh, of course, but it never happened. No. Most controversy freaking historical situation, but it never happened. No. Even though there's signs of it all over the world that it happened. Y'all are so stupid you don't even understand that that's the devil right there. That's that demonic presence right there. The ones that get you to believe something that is a lie. If you believe a lie, you are damned. And why are you damned? Because it destroys truth. Whatever the truth was is now gone because people believe that. Oh, yeah? You all know it's fucking true. I can't believe I got to sit here and fight like this for these little kids. Oh, that's right. Because most of you are watching kids get fucking destroyed and tortured and sexually this and sexually that. And none of you are doing a fucking thing about it. Y'all are still working for these people. Y'all are still buying things from these people. Y'all still send your kids to the school where they fucking already told you they take pictures of them and use it as a catalog. Life Touch. Yeah, imagine that. Do you hear the name of it? Yeah, even I took that as benefit of the doubt. Oh, that doesn't sound like a bad name. Life Touch. Sounds, like a pretty good name until you really think about it. You know why it still goes on? Because people are fucking lazy. That's why. They know that their job and their bank account is everything to them. Why? Oh, because we've all been born into this manipulation that you ain't shit unless you are a slave for this system. And a lot of you do it every day. Believe it. You have bartenders that push it. You have other people that push it. You have this. You have that. You have. Not to mention the want for nice things. Of course, we all want nice and cool things. Of course, we all want life to be easier. But we all know the old saying, the hard road is God's road, the easy road is most likely a mistake. And every one of us has taken the easy road. This whole life situation, buying a house that somebody else built instead of you, buying food instead of you going to grow it or hunt it. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fucking work that you all didn't want to do, so you accepted this. Laziness. Imagine that. You guys realize that is sloth, right? Yeah. Imagine that.